and welcome to the next episode of the Coolkarnis. This is your host and host, Sanjeev Coolkarni. Let's start by closing our eyes for a moment. Think of your favorite song. Could be a Hindi song, English song, Indian regional language song, or any language song for that matter. Let it play for a while. The rhythm, the tune, the voice, the emotion. What's that one thing without which you cannot imagine this song? Yes, it has to be percussion. And for many of us who grew up listening to Hindi film music, it is the unmistakable beat of tabla that keeps the rhythm alive. Our Coolkarni on the show today is someone who's made tabla his lifelong companion, Melbourne's very own Tabla Maestro Pandurang Torvi. His name carries a legacy in the Hindustani Classical music world. He is the nephew of the renowned and legendary vocalist Vinayak Torvi. The youngest in a musically inclined family from Dharwad, the heart of Hindustani classical music in southern India, Pandurang ji jokes that tabla was the last option left for him, as the other art forms were already taken by members of his family. So at the age of 4, he would get on the tabla along with his uncles and brothers as they practiced and honed their arts. Growing up in Dharwad, he was exposed to the finest and the purest form of classical music from the likes of greats like Bharat Ratna Pandit Bhimsen Joshi ji, Padma Vibhushan Vidushi Gangubai Hangal ji, and their students and many other stalwarts. He was also training with some of the finest teachers. He took a sound advice from his brother and built a professional career alongside music. His love for electronics led him towards the IT, a path that brought him to Melbourne 13 years ago. And here in this city, so far away from home, music found him new opportunities like never before. He could play alongside the greats like Vidushi Ashwini Bhide Deshpande ji, Puttur Narsim Nayak ji, Raichur Sheshgiridas ji, Anand Coolkarni ji, and many more stalwarts like that. Even after 45 years of playing and teaching tabla, he still calls himself a student. Humble, curious, and full of rhythm. So join us as we meet Pandurang Torvi ji, the artist, the IT professional, a dutiful son, a loving father, a true friend, and above all, someone who keeps the melody of life perfectly in sync without missing a beat. Let's get started.
Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Coolkarnis. This is your host and host, Sanjeev Coolkarni, with another artist today. Let me introduce you to our PT teacher. PT teacher as in not the physical training, but Pandurang Torvi teacher who teaches tabla. Teacher क्या मैं तो कहूँगा उस्ताद है. Ustad ji, Pandurang Torvi ji, welcome to our show, the Coolkarnis.
Thank you, Sanjeev. First of all, I don't like to be called as a Ustad. I'm nowhere near the Ustads. There are so many Ustads we have seen.
See, the thing is, you talk at your level because you are at a certain level and then you see Ustads there. You have to look at our level. When you look at our level, you are an ustad. So for this conversation, we will address you as Ustadji. or sorry, I don't mean to put you to a discomfort. Torviji.
Yeah,
Is that good?
Yes, very much comfortable.
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for agreeing to join us on this podcast, the Coolkarnis.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I've been seeing so many different podcasts you have done, all the great people. And when you said you want to do mine, then I was asking you like, oh, nothing much great about myself, but you are kind enough to do this one.
Panduji, I can say that you're being humble. But if you look at it from our lens, you will see the number of things that you're able to achieve, the number of things you're able to balance as in your regular life. But to begin with, let us do this. What we do usually, Torviji, is we request you to give a very brief introduction about yourself to the audience, and then we start the journey from the start. That's the format of Coolkarnis. So please introduce yourself, and then we'll start with the journey.
Yeah, introducing myself. I have born and brought up in Belgaum. Initially, I born in Belgaum, and then I brought up in Dharwad.
Dharwad, okay.
With the musical history and I have in my family. So when I was born, harmonium, tabla, tanpura, everything it was there, and I was able to hear at home because it was what we call it was one family, like all my uncles and
joint family.
Right. We all used to live together in Dharwad house with my grandparents, and that's where I started hearing as when I was born. And I didn't even know when I started playing tabla first.
Wow.
So because tabla was there, and then every day bhajan used to happen at home, so I started playing. Then they realized, oh, he started playing something, and then
so it's through observation that you just picked up and you started playing it.
Yes, that's
amazing.
My uncle, he plays a very good tabla. Maybe he started teaching me, and my dad used to play a little bit of tabla, and they all together might have encouraged me, and then I started playing. So. And then they realized that, oh, you're doing better, so let them put into some formal training. Then how it started, my musical journey.
Fantastic. And of course, what you have been, your regular life is that you're in the world of IT.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a balance of both. During the day you're hitting the keyboard, and during the weekends and evenings it's on the tabla.
It's on the tabla.
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. So that's a great introduction you gave us to your early growing up days. Belgaum, especially Belgaum, is a place that I also have a very fond memories of because my uncles live there. Dharwad, not as much, but I just had an opportunity of visiting Dharwad recently. But my father would always talk about Dharwad. He was from Ranebennur, so all his growing up was in Dharwad. His education was in Dharwad.
Oh, okay.
Some of his dearest friends are all in Dharwad. It's sad that I could not visit Dharwad with him to relive his journey. But maybe in part of this conversation, we'll talk a little bit about Dharwad. But help me understand this. So you said you talked about a joint family. Who was in your family, and who is in your immediate family, as in your siblings? And
in my family, it's my parents, my dad and mom, and then my dad's parents or my grandparents. They were there, and my uncle Vinayak Torvi and his,
of course, legendary
family. And my another uncle Chidambar Torvi and his family, and my another uncle who was working in Nasik, Pune, that side. And later, when they started working, like my Vinayak Torvi, my uncle, he started working in the bank, and he got posted to Bangalore, and then he moved to Bangalore. And similarly, my another uncle Chidambar Torvi, who plays the tabla, he got posted to Belgaum. He used to work in the Cocktail College in Belgaum. So then that's how initial days we were all together, and then later when they started working and they moved.
And your family settled in Dharwad?
My dad, he was working in the PWD in government, and he settled in Dharwad.
Okay. And you have siblings?
I have three brothers. My eldest one, he was working with the Indian Air Force, and he got the retirement, and now he's in Bangalore. He's a very good homeopathic and multiple other alternative medicines specialist.
Okay.
And currently my dad is staying with him, and the next brother, he is Girish, he is in Sydney here. And my other brother, who is also a very good singer as well as a harmonium player, who is in USA. He's in San Francisco there.
And you are here. It seems like a musical family. If you all get together, probably you can sama bandhoge aap.
Yes, definitely. That's what usually we most of we meet in December time frame. That is when we do the Chidambareshwar Utsav at home.
Yeah.
So it is all my uncles, my brothers, and everyone get together. We do all the singing, music, kirtana, bhajans.
So it's a family
it is like a 1 week
happens.
of full great experience.
And that's a great way for a family get together as well.
Yes.
Coming from, so everyone, your brothers also come from different parts of the...
Yes, everyone, we all gather in Dharwad.
Oh, beautiful.
So that's how, now also we want to continue that one, and we have been, because there is a little bit of disturbances in this one, the location.
Correct.
Now my dad is staying in Bangalore, with my elder brother. Yeah.
Fantastic. And how was it growing up? Being the youngest of the four, does it mean that you are the darling of the house and you would walk around like everyone does things for me, or was it the other way around where you would be bullied by everyone?
No, I would say I was the darling of the house. Everyone looked after me really nicely.
Nice.
When I was in school days, my eldest brother, who was in Air Force, right? He was already away from home. He was posted to Delhi, Lucknow, Jaisalmer, and many other places in the northern part. And the next brother, he got selected into the GTTC, which is similar to NTTF. So he was moved to Bangalore.
Right.
So it's only me and my next one, Ravi. We were together. We did 3-4 years difference. We stayed together with the parents, and these two were working outside. That's how. But whenever we used to get any holidays or something, we used to go to their places, especially my elder brother.
See all those fancy places
like Agra, Jaisalmer, and Pathankot. We have seen all those places, and yeah, really helped to see. Even my parents used to take there and then show all the nice places.
Beautiful. And roughly what age are you talking of? Like you were like in your 10, 12, that age, or older than that?
So when I was in grade 4 or 5, so my other brothers, 9 or 10 years. So my other brothers, they were already outside.
So that's still a good age. You have a good memory of all those.
Yes, definitely.
Nice. So that's good. So good that you are the darling of the house and not bullied in a way.
Not. And also my other brother, who is in San Francisco, he is the one who helped me come out from Dharwad, and also he wanted me to study proper something else, not only the music, but I was inclined towards only the music. Then he said, only music doesn't work. First you do this one, and then music you keep it as a second one.
Yeah.
Okay? And don't try to make that one as the primary. Yeah, in a way it's
good words of advice for sure.
That's what even my uncle also says. Don't depend on the music. You need to enjoy the music.
Correct.
For day-to-day living or something, you should not be dependent on that.
We'll come to that point also in a bit, because I have a few questions around that aspect. But let's now start with the music side, and also let's touch upon your legendary uncle. So you said that you don't even realize when you started playing the tabla.
Yeah.
But then you also said that there were so many instruments around. Did you ever think why tabla?
Because my elder brother, he picked up harmonium. He is 3-4 years elder to me. He picked up harmonium and started singing with the bhajans with my parents and uncles. And the next option for me was to pick up the tabla. Maybe that is the reason. Otherwise, I don't know how I picked up tabla.
Okay. But after that, did you ever feel like you want to try the harmonium as well, or you were like, okay, tabla?
No,
You do play the harmonium as well, don't you?
Harmonium I played little bit, not really that good. But I somehow I got stuck to tabla.
Tabla
only.
itself.
Yeah, it's a nice instrument and it's a most very attractive instrument for me.
Absolutely, absolutely, and we'll talk a little bit about the history of tabla as well. But help us the early days. So you said that the education started. So who was your first guru outside of course, your father and uncle?
Yeah, so when I started playing tabla at home, my uncle Vinayak Torvi, he said, okay, let's put him into a formal training. Then he was very close with Gangubai Hangalji's, who is a brother, Sheshgiri, Pandit Sheshgiri Hangal. He was a legendary tabla player. And then I think I was in grade 2 or 3 or grade 4 maximum. So when I was put under him, and then I remember in Dharwad, Mahamadi, going to his house and then sitting in a corner place, and he used to ask me, keep practicing this one. He was quite strict. And somehow that didn't click for me, like, oh, it's so strict. And I used to come home and then complain, the teacher is very strict and they don't and there is no one else, it is just teacher and me.
Okay.
Now if I think that kind of an opportunity, it is like it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody can expect or get that.
Correct.
But I was not so fortunate enough to realize or appreciate that opportunity that I got that time, right?
Yeah.
But I used to come and then complain at home, the teacher is very strict. Then somehow I stopped that learning from Pandit Sheshgiri Hangal. And later I joined maybe in grade 5 or 6, and then I started going to Pandit Rajgopal Kalurkar.
Okay. So you took a break, or it was just continuous?
It was maybe a year or so break,
and then you started with
because at home my uncle, he used to he used to teach me, or whenever he used to come and give me the lessons. So I was able to play for the bhajans and other things. But formal training started when I went to Pandit Rajgopal Kalurkar.
He had also visited us here.
Yes,
I remember.
Correct. So he had his music school in Dharwad, and then I started from there. Now he has moved to Bangalore. So he has a big tabla school, and he runs he teaches so many hundreds of students there. So yeah, it's a great service to the music he is doing.
And you're still continuing to learn from him?
Yes, when he moved to Bangalore, then I was still in Dharwad, so I started learning from another teacher who was one of the best, greatest, legendary artists from Dharwad. That is Pandit Basavaraj Bendigiri. Basavaraj Bendigiri, sir, he has played with all the greatest stalwarts of Indian classical music, like Bade Ghulam Ali Khan ji, and also Ravi Shankar, Pandit Ravi Shankar, and played with Bhimsen Joshi, Pandit Kumar Gandharu.
Wow.
Yeah, and so many. So he was like in tabla, Terakwa is one of the greatest name. So now everyone knows Zakir Hussain as the greatest name, but before Zakir Hussain, similarly how Zakir Hussain is famous now in the younger generation, Terakwa was one of the greatest tabla player. His actual name was different, but because of his playing style and all, he got that.
Do you want to elaborate on why the name came? It's fascinating.
What I understand is in one of the programs, he played it so well, and he started playing his hand movements, and he playing different complicated phrases, right, so easily and so nicely. So because of that, his hand ये थिरकता है, हाथ थिरकता
थिरक रहे हैं,
हाँ,
correct.
थिरक रहे.
Correct.
So because of that, he got that name Thirakwa.
Wow.
And so why I'm telling is because my Guruji Basavaraj Bendigeri, he was called as the Thirakwa of South India.
South India. Oh, lovely.
Okay, he was so good, and we have few recordings of him at his age. Because when I started learning from him, he was a bit old, and he was not in his peak. But it was really fortunate, and it is my real blessings of all the God Saraswati that I was able to learn something from him.
Correct. So, apologies if some of my questions sound as a bit naive, but they only come from a perspective that we understand the basics of the art that you practice. So, since you have had the opportunity to learn from multiple teachers, one could also kind of say that tabla is all about certain bowls, or there are certain fundamentals that you learn. Do you learn different fundamentals as you go to different teachers? Is there something new that you keep learning, or it is a certain amount of practice and you tap onto the teacher's experience? Because tabla at the end of the day is one of the best accompanying instruments that you can have. But if there is even the slightest of the change in what the tabla player is doing, it is immediately visible and it disturbs the concentration of the artist. So there is a big responsibility you have when you're on stage. So what is it that you are learning from these different gurus as you progress? So it is a combination of the art plus experience, or is it more experience as you progress?
No, when I started with the Pandit Rajgopal Kalurkar, that is when I got my tabla foundation.
Correct.
The art. Okay, so that tabla foundation, usually any of the really good guru, they will give the one of the best tabla foundation, how each finger should be placed on the tabla, how the sound should come out from each of those strokes.
Correct.
And everything. These are the basic things. Once these basic things are there in place, then on top of it, learning new phrases or learning different types of phrases and all, that is, it can be done, but the foundation need to be really good. That is what that foundation I got from Pandit Rajgopal.
So it's like the ABCs in a way. And
yes,
right.
And on top of it, then you can, if you happen to go to different gurus and all, you learn new phrases, new ideas. But still, the foundation or how you play them on the tabla, it remains same.
It remains the same. Fantastic.
So during that foundation time, I prefer that everyone should stick to one guru. And then learn the foundation properly. And that foundation itself, it will take at least few years, depending on how much we practice every day. So once those things are really strong, then you can build anything.
And of course, this could change from student to student, but generally speaking, what is a good age at which students can start learning, and how long does it take to get the foundations right?
Starting age can be anything.
We have the expert here.
we know that like some of the students, they have started when they are 1 year old, 2 year old.
That is what I was saying. Like you're
yeah, even I don't know when I started.
Exactly.
So age for starting, nothing. You can start at any age.
Correct.
Even I have seen students who have started tabla after 50 years also.
Yes.
So there is no age when you start early, or even after 50 years also you can start. But it will take time if we are older, because we start to think a lot and how to do it, and then there are too many things in our
You become
mind.
too critical of yourself.
So whereas younger kids, they don't think. If we say it and they just follow it, and that's how they do it quickly.
So like, let's say like an age of, let's say 7 or 8 is a good enough age.
Yes, that is a perfect age, if not earlier.
Not earlier. And it will take them how long to build that foundation if they are, how kids are here, they have competing priorities of what they're doing. With, let's say, a few days of practice in a week,
at least that foundation, according to me, with a few hours of practice, at least for 7-8 years, it will take.
It will take. Wow.
Yeah.
That's almost like it's a parallel schooling in a way.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Because we are not doing it at the full time. If we are doing it morning to evening every day, then it's a different story. But if we are doing in half an hour, 1 hour, and sometimes we don't do it if by any chance. Ideally, we should be practicing every day.
Correct.
But if that doesn't happen, it will take more time, at least 7-8 years.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you gave us a good sense of how your teaching, how your learning journey has progressed, and I know that your learning hasn't stopped. We'll come to that in a bit. But let's now start talking about the larger opportunities that you started getting. Now, for folks who understand Hindustani classical, you will have a sense of what position Dharwad has in the scheme of things. But for some of you who might not know, Dharwad has an extremely high importance when it comes to Hindustani classical. Pune, Dharwad, these are all centers where a lot of music has grown over the years. And you're fortunate and lucky enough that you grew up not just in the city where all this was happening, but also in a family where there was a lot of music around you.
Yes.
So help us understand, how did that journey start? What was your impact engaging with some of these legendary artists, with your uncle himself being at home? How was that experience?
That is really great. My uncle, he was a very good vocalist, and he had the opportunity to learn from legendary artists like Pandit Mallikarjun Mansoor, and his main guru was Guru Rao Deshpande.
Kirana Gharana or no?
Kirana, Agra, Gwalior.
Both, okay.
So even Mallikarjun Mansoor, Jaipur, Gharana. Yeah. So he had the opportunity to learn from many different gurus as well. So because he did his Master of Music in Carnatic University, so these were the lecturers that time.
Oh wow!
So other than that, in our home we used to do that Chidambareshwar Utsav. Right, so it is a 7 days. Every day the kirtan or music, something used to happen, and one day out of the 7 days completely dedicated to classical music.
Okay.
So in that one, the evening around 6 o'clock, the music used to start, the classical music, and used to finish it by early morning, 7 o'clock.
Oh my God! Wow!
So whole night the program used to happen, and all the great the people from Dharwad, right? They were all friends with our Guruji or the teachers of my uncle. They used to come and then perform.
Amazing.
And then we used to hear that type. It was a great experience. So that is how we started appreciating or understanding the classical music.
Right.
So once that is done, then we started going into the different programs. In Dharwad, we used to hear the music every weekend, almost. Like either it will be in a Baitak style in somebody's place, or it is in a big hall. So there is no it's a lot of music programs used to happen in Dharwad, and even many people, many artists all over the Karnataka, all over the India, they like to come and present in Dharwad because they know that the people in Dharwad, they are really very good
audience,
listeners.
Correct.
And they are really, and something if they don't like it also, they will say it as well. And at the same time, they used to fear as well. Oh, okay, going to Dharwad and presenting and then getting appreciation is like the biggest award.
Yeah, it's a bouquet and a brickbat. Both can happen. So you aspire for the bouquet.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's how our journey getting into the music and learning experience of all these people. And with my Guruji, Pandit Basavaraj Medigiri, I used to take him to radio stations and then for his recordings. So he used to sing with so many, accompany with so many different great musicians.
How was that as a learning? Because that itself is an amazing way to learn also, right?
Yes.
So what did you learn from those sessions?
So we clearly used to observe how the individual sathi or accompaniment he gives, right? How to do it with either instrumentalist, how to play with a vocalist. So even though he has a lot of knowledge and everything in his mind, and he has that capacity, but how to restrict yourself and then make sure the main singer who is singing, the performance of program is enhanced.
Correct.
Right? So because of just he knows, we know the tabla, it is not just to showcase our...
You can just take off and...
our power, and then we should not hijack the program. So it is always the main artist singer. We need to support him.
That is a brilliant learning, and I see a lot of parallels to our everyday work, and I want to bring that as well. But I just want to double click on this a bit more. Now, at the end of the day, all of us are students, right? All of us are students, and if I could put it this way, all of us have a little bit of ego. How is it that you learn, or how do you imbibe this fact that you are here to enhance the performance of another person? You are supporting. How does this happen? How does this get inculcated?
First of all, we need to understand the music. We need to like the music. For example, if we are listening to any vocalist, we need to appreciate that music. If you are not connected with that vocal or somebody who is singing, then you are playing a tabla or any accompaniment to them, then you'll be thinking only about yourself, what else I can show to the audience here.
Correct.
Without thinking what the other person is singing.
Correct.
So usually what happens, at least for me, whenever I start listening to the singer, I even forget what I am playing. I'll just listen to the singer. And whatever automatically it comes in my hand, that will be playing.
Amazing. So you're saying that you are sometimes actually lost in that singing performance.
Correct. We need to get
it's muscle memory that you're just playing and performing.
Correct. That is how it should be, the Sat Sangat. Otherwise, if we are not connected to any singer, the main performer, we will not be able to give the really. So if you enjoy, audience will also enjoy.
Amazing. So this is the analogy that's coming to my head as you're explaining this, Torviji, is that this is it's like saying you have to put your heart into it, right? So which means that you put your heart into it, and the tabla is like the heartbeat. It is just happening. It's going on.
Yes.
But if your heart is not in it, then you have lost it.
Yes.
Amazing. So
there is a lot of things we need to learn, like after listening, and when sometimes we record the performances, and then after coming back, I can improve in this point here, I can improve in this point.
Do you still do that? You listen
definitely.
To your recording?
Every time I do it, I'll do it. But how much I improve, it is still this one. How much I need to practice.
That's your modesty speaking there. So in the same breath, I want to ask you another thing. You talked about Dharwad audience being a phenomenal audience. Yes, and I agree that there is something about as an artist, you want to perform in front of people who appreciate your art and who can understand your art. Otherwise, you feel like you're performing in front of a wall. What is the sign of a good audience? And as a corollary to that, I want to ask you, what difference do you see between a Dharwad audience and a Melbourne audience?
Melbourne audience, I would say they are very near to the Dharwad audience nowadays. Because Melbourne, there are so many people in Melbourne now. They are learning either in tabla or sitar or vocal or something. It's really nice to see such a big and great audience here in Melbourne. And I don't see a big difference between Melbourne and Dharwad now as per the audience concerned. But audience, they have listened to a lot of different styles of different gharanas of music, and they know each whatever the raga's construction and how a raga is developed and how the raga is presented. So they have little bit of expectation. This is how it will progress or something. So if any artist is meeting to that one, keeping the melody and other things intact, definitely that is a best presentation, and people either in Dharwad or any place you go, they'll appreciate it.
Enjoy that. Yeah.
So if any audience who understands the basics of raga, taal and all, that makes it they can appreciate more, right, if they know it. So without knowing these things also, people listen because it sounds nice to the ear.
Yeah, correct. I'm in that category because it sounds nice, and that is what the rhythm or the melody or you, even though you don't understand music, you start seeing patterns, and I think that is what appeals to the heart.
Yeah, that is the starting point of once you every time you this particular thing or tune I like it more. Then you get into which rag it is, how it goes, that rag. right? That's how the learning it goes on step by step.
Correct.
As an audience.
Correct. Wonderful. So what we will do is we want to come to the Melbourne aspect of it as well. But before that, let us deconstruct and construct a tabla, which means that help us understand what a tabla constitutes of and the origins of tabla.
Okay. Origin of tabla, I would say it's in India, it's goes back to thousands of years. You know, the main thing it started with Shiva's Damaru itself.
Correct.
And then if you look at so many Indian sculptures, you can see that Ganapati playing tabla thousands of years back with the two drums. And a single drum like a pakavas or the mridangam. That is also there. But there are many other, that is a history of our Indian music. And also later in the 18th century or before that, due to the Mughals influence, the pakavas and pakavas, this one, it got diluted a little bit. And earlier, before Hindustani Classical Khayal music, it was Drupad music.
Okay.
Which that Drupad Sangeet, it is played with the pakavas as an accompaniment.
Can you elaborate on these two? Because you talked about Khayal and you talked about Drupad.
Drupad was only the Maghe Sangeet, old Sangeet, that Indian classical that we used to do in India.
And when you say India, are we now talking about a little bit of holistic India, northern India, southern India?
Yeah, it's northern India.
Northern India, okay.
So, because the tabla instrument is a part of the northern Indian music, so in South India, Carnatic music, the mridangam was always there.
Correct.
And that did not got changed or it form or anything as far as I know.
Right.
So it remained as it is. But whereas in northern India, because of the Mughal influence and all, Turkish and other Persian influence, it got diluted and they started with the Khyal Sangeet, which is different, little bit lighter version of Drupad Sangeet.
Okay.
So now we say, right, are you singing the classical music or light music? Now the light music means it is a bhajan or anything like that.
Okay.
Bhajan, thumri, or if you take that one, that is a lighter version of the music.
Okay. So just for again to deconstruct this for our level, can a same song be sung as in a Drupad style and a Khayal style?
Same rag can be sung in a Drupad style and Khayal style.
But not the song.
Not the song.
It will either be this or
yeah, singing and the other aspects of how to present it, how to do the singing, it is quite different. But the feel you may get a little bit same because the rag will be same. But the presentation, how the Drupad Sangeet goes, Drupad Sangeet, they have a lot of nom toms. And they don't even need a rhythm, external rhythm for them, because their Sangeet itself has a rhythm within it.
By rhythm, you mean like a harmonium kind of thing?
No, rhythm means tabla.
The taal. Okay, you don't. They can sing without.
They can sing without this one.
Okay, so that is not good for you. We need Khayal then.
Yes.
We need Khayal. We need Drupad. We need tabla. Okay.
Okay. So they go in their own, and the pakavad accompaniment, it will go along with that. It is more or like how you play the mridangam to the Carnatic.
Right.
So the Carnatic singers also, they have their own taal.
Correct.
Right. It's very Drupad also. It's like that.
So
that is my understanding.
So again, one more level of deconstructing for us. So the typical, like what we would hear, let's say Bhimsen Joshi ji when he's singing, let's say one of the bhajans or something, that would be seen as what? That is a Drupad style of singing?
No, it's a Khayal.
It's a Khayal.
Yeah. Because
so like the Bhagyala Lakshmi Barama, that song structure is more a Khayal.
That is a lighter version of Hindustani music. These are the bhajans. And these are not the classical music. For example, Bhagyala Lakshmi Barama, any Tirtha Vithala, Kshetra Vithala.
Correct.
All these abhangs, light version of the music.
Okay. So then there is the so if since we have taken this digression, how do you classify, like, in terms of the complexity?
So the
to like this?
complexity, I won't say complex. Anything which we don't know, it looks like a complex to us.
Correct.
And anything we mastered it is easy to us.
Correct.
So if you take the first one we started is a Drupad Sangeet. If you compare Drupad and Khyal, and then the Khyal. When within the Khyal, the lighter versions become like a Thumri, Dadra, Kadri, and bhajans and so many other things.
So they're all variations
Yeah.
or different types of khyals only.
Different types of within under
Within
the Khyal.
khyal. Okay. Oh, beautiful. So thank you. That's quite informative for all of us who probably don't understand this background. But also at the same time, do bust a myth, if it is a myth, that is, because in the WhatsApp University, the origin of tabla is said that it was actually a pakhavaj player who was playing pakhavaj with all seriousness, and he had not done, this was pre-COVID days, but he had still not done his housework that he was supposed to do. So the wife got very upset and she just split it into two halves. But he got so carried away that he put it like this and started playing, and that's how tabla was formed. Is there any truth in this?
No way.
This is not.
No.
Okay, so that's
So
a
it
myth.
just there are many experiments were going on with the influence of Persian and Turkish and any other Mughal influence, right? So during that time, it was said that during Amir Khusro's time in the 13th century of later, maybe tabla's history, if you take it, it is around 350 years, possibly. Not more than that.
Not more than that.
This
correct.
is a relatively
Pakhavaj used to exist.
new instrument, we can say.
Correct.
It is not a very old.
Correct.
But Pakhavaj, it has a thousands of years history.
But one must appreciate, it's like tabla has really kind of taken over, isn't it, in terms of the musical world in a way. And especially after, for people like me who are more than, we are at the deepest or the lowest level of not even something that cannot even be called as a khayal, is the Bollywood music. But that has really kind of, spread it, made it a bit of a mass appeal in terms of tabla's presence to everyone.
So after from Pakhavaj, when it got into multiple, it got a higher frequency or lower frequency tabla, different tablas, right? So it got popularized, got into a very lighter version like a Bollywood music as well.
Right. Fair enough. Okay. So we still left that one part of the question. So let's say you have 1 minute or 1.5 minutes to explain, 90 seconds to explain tabla to a complete stark.
Oh, okay.
Somebody
We
who
were
doesn't
there.
know.
Sorry, I think we started discussing and we ended up somewhere else.
Elevator pitch about what a tabla is.
Yeah, tabla. What a tabla is, so it is a made up, it's a percussion instrument, and it's the right side, right hand, we call it as a tabla, and the left hand we call
that
it
is if you're a right-handed player.
Yeah, right-handed player. We call it a daga. Either daya, baya, if you want to call it in a Hindi North Indian style. So daya, it is a melodic, this where we where it is made of wooden mostly, and then on top of that skin, and on top of the skin it is a iron and some other mixture with the karani or the shahi that we put on. On the left hand side, it is also same skin and shahi will be there, but it is a base. From where we get most of our expression from that base, whereas we play the bowls on the right hand side and get the expression from the left hand side.
Left hand side. Beautiful.
So that is how nowadays there are some synthetic tablas are also coming up, but as of now I haven't heard a really that equivalent this one,
the sound
quality and all equivalent to the original one.
The original, absolutely. I mean, original is always original, and I want to talk about all this, the world of IT coming in. But thank you for explaining that, the background of the tabla and the construction of a tabla the way it is. And obviously, I'm sure all of you have seen, but I'll also be including images of this so that you are able to correlate to what Torvi ji just told us with the tabla. So now let's come to the other side of it. So all of this is happening in the world of music, but then thanks to your brother Ravi, who gave you the sound advice that you will have to have another something else going for you as well. How did that something else happen? And give us a very quick fast forward view of how did Melbourne happen after that.
So when I was studying in Dharwad, I was particularly interested in electronics and other subjects because my dad, he was a electronic engineer as well. So he used to experiment a lot with radios, tape recorders, and other stuff. And as a hobby, he used to repair or construct on his own. And he was a photographer as well. And he created his own camera. We had our own development lab at home.
He created his own camera?
Camera, yes. He got the lens and everything and constructed a camera of his own.
Amazing.
So that's how, maybe it's because of that I got interested into a little bit of electronics. So that's how when my brother said you get into IT side or something, then I liked it too at that time.
Okay.
And he got me to Bangalore, and I joined some courses there, computer courses, and I learned. So the courses and other things were so great that made me really confident in IT sector. Like then I joined a company in Bangalore. That time it was a local company, but it was catering to one of the defense sectors in India. That time my brother, he was in Air Force still, and at the same time I was working on one of the Indian defense equipment as well. Radar. And then so he got trained onto the same radar, and then he was able to use it.
Wow. Which what you had worked on.
Yeah,
oh, that's fascinating.
So that is really that is one of the best job still. And later on I got into the commercial products.
And then Infosys happened.
And then I joined Infosys. From Infosys, after a few years, in 2012, I came to Melbourne.
Yeah. And that was a time when Melbourne was still... I mean, I also got into Melbourne around the same time, so I might probably not be the best person to say what was happening before that. But 2012 for sure was a time when art was exploding in the Melbourne circuit. There were definitely a lot of talented musicians and artists before who helped set the base. But since I have only seen from that time, I can vouch for this, that every time there would be visiting artists, there would only be one or two tabla artist names that would be put forward. And in our circles especially, the southern, the Karnataka circles, or invariably it would be you. We would always end up seeing you on the stage with a wide range of artists performing. So tell us, how is that experience? For you, it might be the same in a way that, you perform for artists you did, but did you see any difference performing for them when you were in India or performing for artists when they are here?
In India, I was not performing with a really good artist because I was not getting that much of opportunity or exposure. Because after I finished my degree and then started working, before working, so it was a gap. I was not learning tabla much because I was concentrating on my studies and other stuff. So it was a little bit of gap. But after coming to Melbourne, I packed up my tabla, the first instrument, before packing up my other stuff.
Of the things. And because your brother lived here, you more or less had a sense of how the scene in Melbourne, Australia is.
Yes. That was also. But when I moved here, my brother was not here. He moved to Sydney or China or something. But it was a great opportunity to play and accompany with the artists coming from India, because we were coming from India. They all had a really great experience, and all the well-known artists.
Correct.
And some initially I used to think like how that will be. Oh, okay, I have not played with such a great artist. How this will be. And all the great artists, they encouraged, sometimes if there are any shortcomings initially, they used to say that they used to teach us as well.
Would you have a chance to practice with them, or does this happen on the stage?
No, usually most of the times the visiting artists, they will be in a hurry. They'll go to Melbourne, they'll go to Sydney, Brisbane, and they'll get only one day, half a day. They'll stay here in Melbourne and move out, right?
Correct.
So in that one, we not used to get much of a practice. But one good thing that happened in the earlier days when in Melbourne is Krishna Rao Hardankar. He was one of the greatest artists, and he has composed so many bandishes. Vocalist.
Right.
Many great artists like Ashwini Bide, Deshpande, and so many other artists, they still sing his compositions.
Okay.
And he was here and he was staying with his daughter. So I got 3-4 times opportunity to go to his home and learn from him and how to play, how to do the accompaniment and all. So that was one real great experience. Like that, and many other artists there who have come. So I try to learn from each one of them a little bit. So it's a good experience and knowledge I was able to get.
So in a way, coming outside the country has only benefited you because you are getting this exposure to learn in this way. Not to by no means am I saying that this is not possible in India, but what I mean is it's probably at an enhanced level that you are here.
Correct. That is part of the classical music, and for the lighter music, like we used to get Puttur Narsivanayangi and our Anand Coolkarni,
correct,
Raichur Sheshgiri.
Yes.
There are so many great artists, and it was really nice to play with all of them.
Absolutely. And for everyone else, I would just like to say that the name of the 3 artists that you took, they are most popular in the Kannada bhajan and bhakti sangeet, as well as Marathi, because they are multilingual in that sense. They do sing, but they are most popular in that genre of music.
Yes.
And as one could appreciate, anybody who lives outside the country, you can appreciate that there is a lot of what's the right word? Demand is a very soft way to put it, but let me call it demand only for such artists and such music, and they always yearn for a right kind of a tabla artist or the accompanying artists. And the good thing about Melbourne now is that Melbourne does have this entire community of accompanying artists who can actually be awesome A-grade accompanists to the artists when they are visiting, and that definitely has changed over the last 10 to 15 years, I would say, and Torvi ji has been quite an important instrument or a pillar in that. Okay. Now, a little bit on the lighter note, IT is also obviously about language, and tabla is also a language in that sense, right? Do you see any, does it help you, being a tabla artist, does it help you with your IT that you're able to see patterns very fast, you're able to pick up the so-called IT bowls and code something faster or something like that?
Any music you take, it will teach us the patience and focus and the aim, if we have this aim, and how to achieve it. Like it is like a step-by-step approach. We cannot jump and try to do something and then this is working, not working.
So is tabla waterfall or agile?
Tabla is a agile one. It's from long time. It is already proven that it is like agile. Agile in the sense like whatever you do it bit by bit and try to conquer it. It is not that you keep on doing it and then you finally deliver it.
No, but I totally agree with you. It is definitely agile because if the singer is so-called, the business stakeholder, the IT has to be agile only, right? And tabla is IT, and it is absolutely agile because you're continuously adjusting and adapting.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. But that's a good analogy that you gave, that because you have that patience, you are able to see those patterns, and that obviously helps you. That has helped you in the IT world. Reverse, has there been any impact of working in the IT world, that some best practices you have taken from there to here? No is also an acceptable answer.
Reverse is also, I think it has helped, like how do we manage, right? How do we manage a team and how do we do it?
Correct.
And how to get the best from a project point of view, get the output of it. Here also, when we accompany, even though we are a team member, right? We need to work towards the success of the project, the end goal of the project. That is what is the concert.
Beautiful.
Who is the main singer will be there. In your case, who is the delivery manager or something will be there, right?
Correct.
So it is very much comparable, and the benefit from music to the work and work to music, it is always mutual. Right?
It's definitely beautiful. Okay, so now let's change gears a bit. Let's come to a little bit more of the personal side again. So who's in the family here in Melbourne?
So here in Melbourne, I have my wife Sheetal, my daughter Yukta, and son Yuvan. So
Fantastic.
Yukta, she is doing her bachelor's degree here in Business and IT, and my son is in grade 9. Both are into music. My daughter, she was learning from one of the best teacher, vocal teacher here, Deepika Shom. Unfortunately, we don't have now. She was 85 plus years, and she was one of the best teacher.
Absolutely.
And now she is trying to practice on her own and then get back into the music soon. And my son, he is also learning tabla. I also teach him tabla, and he's also learning tabla from my Guruji, current Guruji as well. My current Guruji is Ustad Nisar Ahmad. He is from Dharwad. So Ustad Nisar Ahmad, he used to learn during when I was learning with my Guruji Pandit Basavaraj Mendigari. And he took the music of tabla as a primary for him. And I got a little bit diverted, and now because he has learned, he has so much of a knowledge. I'm fortunate that he has agreed to teach me back. So
in a way, he's your Guru Bhai, and now he's your Guru.
Yeah, he was a Guru Bhai. Now he is my Guru. And he's kind enough to teach my son.
And now you and your son are Guru Bhais.
Yeah, yes.
But he's also you're also his Guru.
Because you know, in Kannada we say that, right? Mane maddu maddala, mane gida maddala, something.
Correct. So you can't really learn from somebody who's at home, right?
So it should come from the proper Guru, and then that strict follow-up and other things will be there.
Correct.
Yeah, he's trying his best, but he can do better. Even I need to do better. We'll see how much we can do.
But I think both the kids, or maybe I should ask this about Yukta, because with Yuvan, we know that he does play another instrument as well, the Western music.
Yeah, he plays saxophone as
well. Correct. But is Yukta also into some other Western kind of a music too?
Not really. She has not tried any Western music either in school or something. Yes, she was completely into singing during her school days.
School days also.
So nice. She was a part of the vocal choir and the bands in school.
Okay,
but not into any other instrument.
Sure. So, but coming into the Western part of it, how about you? Have you collaborated or have you done something in a collaborative form with Western music or Western musicians?
Yes, we did many times because being here in Melbourne, there are a lot of good Western music artists are there, and we collaborate with them. So, from the music point of view, any music you take, it has the pattern similar to either you relate it to one particular.
They can merge with each other, right?
And then beats also. So either it's Western beat or Indian beat. Beats are beats. So, right, we can always match it to them. We would have seen many great fusions done by all our great artists.
Absolutely.
Right? Similarly, we try to do many things that here, and we are fortunate here, like all different types of artists are here, and we are able to do that here.
Correct, absolutely.
So we are the word, there was an experience like we are the word is one of the group community that conducts different types of different countries music in one concert.
Okay.
So we did that there as well. And locally, we have friends here. And, we do that, keep on doing it. Either we
Just a jamming of sorts.
Jamming of stuff.
Okay, wonderful. Have you ever tried something with the, I hope I pronounce this right, didgeridoo, the Australian?
I've seen that. No, I haven't tried.
That'll be nice. That'll be nice to hear that that Jugalbandi of sorts.
Yes, yes.
Australia meets India.
Yes, I'll see. Definitely. I'll look for that opportunity to do.
Awesome, awesome. There are a few more things that we want to cover, but we'll do something on a bit of a lighter note. You have to just say what comes to your mind first. Okay, so don't overthink this.
Okay.
What has been more difficult for you? Handling, debugging a chord or perfecting a taal or a bowl that you're learning?
Perfecting a taal or bowl learning, we can say it is not easy to perfect anything. So
Correct.
it is always imperfect.
So learning that bowl is probably more difficult than debugging a chord. So debugging a chord you can do.
Debugging a code, I can do it easily.
Okay. So forever a student of tabla. Fantastic. Okay. Now this is completely out of the blue. Okay. I'd be curious to see what comes up out of this. So if your tabla were to become a startup company, what would it call itself? What would its name be?
Oh my God.
I have one for you. Tabla.ai. Tabla.
Tabla.
Okay, sorry. Just had to ask this.
I tabla. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So one tabla bowl that describes you.
Oh, that is very difficult. There are so many tabla balls.
So I can ask which of your child is your favorite child, but I can't ask you which bowl is your favorite, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is very difficult to say that.
Okay.
There are so many bowls in tabla. Tabla is, even though we play the drums, there is no specific like Saregama Padanisa doesn't come, but tabla has its own language as well.
Correct.
Right. So whatever we play on tabla, everything we can say what we are playing.
That is the bowl.
That is the specialty of the tabla.
Is there an example you can give?
For example, if we are playing teen taal, right, dha dhin dhin dha dhin dhin dha. So each stroke dha dhin dhin dha, we can say this is what. For example, dha tar da tar da da tar da. So every letter what we play on the tabla, every stroke what we play on the tabla, we can name it. We can say it. It is like a written script.
Correct. So okay, then let me ask it this way. Instead of saying which one describes you, which is your most favorite bowl that, given any time, you'll just love playing that?
That is also
that's also difficult. Okay.
Because all are favorite bowls only.
Okay.
And some of the bowls I am still trying to perfect.
Perfect it.
Especially all these are
difficult ones.
Difficult and favorite ones also to play.
Okay. So I'll ask one more question and then I'll stop this line of questioning. Because these things have moods, right? So what is the best that can be described to a Monday morning, where you're stressed, so what is the best bowl that can describe a Monday morning?
So whenever I'm in stressed and I don't want to think about that particular stress part, I'll get into learning some tabla bowls in my mind. So I'll keep reciting and how to do that and counting, and that will keep me busy. It is like a kind of getting distracted from the stress part of it and then getting into this.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so now last question. You're from Dharwad, so that's probably coming with that angle in mind. What's your favorite snack or your favorite food item?
Oh, favorite is gurmit and mirchi, definitely.
At any time, huh?
Anytime.
Awesome. Do you know why I asked this food question?
No.
Okay. Because some little birdie told me that you're actually very good with a lot of things around the kitchen as well. You cook very well. You even can do things like stitching, knitting, and those kind of things also is what I've heard. Somebody told me.
The main reason for this is I don't have any sisters. Yeah, some extent it's correct. Okay. Because I don't have any sisters at home, right? And I used to go and help my mom whenever she used to do all the cooking and all. So that's how I learned it. So
Fantastic.
cooking, even doing the chapati or the jawar roti. And that's what I was interested to, and I learned it from my parents.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's a wonderful, wonderful skill to have. I'm sure Sheetal.
But
and the kids
after
really-
marriage, Sheetal is so good cook that then I'm not cooking that much because it's not that really that good
Tasty.
compared to
Yeah.
what she.
This is the reason I can give. You should not give such reasons. We have tasted what you cook, and it's really, really tasty. But that's definitely a. Do you see cooking as a little bit of a stress reliever, or tabla is good enough for you for stress relieving? Some people say, like they need that distraction. They'll cook, and that'll release their stress or something.
Definitely, tabla music is definitely a stress reliever. Cooking is also another interesting fact. Is what at least what I have seen is most of the musicians, they know how to do the cooking as well.
What is the link here?
I don't know. Because how they know like what to put and how to make the whole thing better, right? So if you take this whole the dish as your concert, you put this rag or this taal, you do this one and mix and
I love
give it as this one.
Absolutely.
And the concert, the success of the concert or the success of your food.
Depend.
Right.
So let me ask you this then: have you created any new bowl in the kitchen, as in some new dish? Bowl, nahi? Bowl, bowl.
Yeah, bowl.
Bowl.
Well, yeah, always we try to do something new.
Something new, huh? Okay.
Because if something is left, for example, we do drink morning juices and all. So with that juices, we get what is that? After taking out the juice, you get the pulp.
The pulp, right.
Pulp and all, remaining pulp, right? I don't like to throw it off, so sometimes we try to create some sweet dish from it.
Wow.
Or we create the stuffing for paratha using that.
Amazing. What about call it go green? You're not wasting anything. You're using that as well, and it's complete, right? You get the fiber and all of that.
Yeah, correct.
Ah, beautiful. There's a lot more to learn from you then. All right. So what we will now do is we are more or less coming to the concluding part of our journey. Help us understand a little bit more about what you see as what does the next few years look like for you? What is your vision when it comes to tabla and when it comes to you in the as a student of tabla? There is also the teaching part of it, which we'll also cover.
Yeah, as a student of tabla, definitely there are big list in front of me. I'm not sure I'm going. I'm not sure. I'm sure that I'm not going to achieve all of that
in one life.
But at least moving in that direction is good enough, at least for me. And also, the next few years there are so many students I have here. Basically, I'm not advertised my tabla teaching outside. It's all because of the friends who they came and they are their own and then want to learn. Because working full time and then also performing over the weekend and teaching, it will be a little bit of stress consuming and stressful as well. But I definitely learn teaching. I started teaching in very young age.
You learn teaching?
Sorry, I love teaching.
Okay, okay. So I was trying to figure out, and that is also important, by the way. You do have to
learn teaching is also every time I teach, I learn new things.
Yeah, because you need to have a knack for it.
Yes.
Correct.
When my Bendigiri has some little bit of history, like when I used to learn from my teacher, Pandit Baswaraj Bendigiri. His grandson was there, and he wanted me to teach him.
Oh, okay. Why you?
Because he was not having the proper eyesight. He lost his eyesight nearly when he was at 15 years old. My Guruji.
Guruji, okay. Huh.
Okay. But he was a great tabla artist. But he wanted his grandson to learn from me because he said that you place the hand and fingers on the tabla properly, I can find out from your sound. So I
make
want
sure
he
does that.
He makes sure he does that.
Amazing.
And I used to give him the monthly fee or something, right? And he said that you teach him and I'll pay back your fees. I said, no,
please,
teacher, I don't want to take that back. No, you are a teacher. You need to take this Guru Lakshmi. He used to give me
This
back.
is an amazing story.
Hmm.
Okay, so you started teaching right at the house of your teacher in a way.
Teacher.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, so coming back to
So
the
coming
point,
to
you
that
have a
one, so I
school
want
here.
to hear there are amazing students here. The kids are who are learning. They are really amazing. They love playing the tabla, and they are progressing so well. They are doing it so well. So I want them to become a really good artist, appreciate music, and do well in their music as well. So that is my next few years of my aim.
That is what you're that's what you're manifesting there. And truth be told, in the artist series, there are a few artists that I have interviewed now. This is the same manifestation everyone has, that we got our training, we have had the opportunity, we have come here, we have started this, but now we want to pass it on to the next generation, and we want to ensure that there is a if I can quote Saurabh Mishra ji, there is a Melbourne gharana that can get created, where artists
Definitely.
can learn here and be part of this gharana and
Yes.
take this name forward.
Correct.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. Not only we are creating a good audience also to listen to the classical music.
Absolutely.
Who are trying to learn, they will start thinking and appreciating the music as well.
Correct.
Right? So yeah, it's a good.
Correct, absolutely. One thing I forgot to ask you, better late than never. What is your gharana when it comes to tabla?
The tabla gharana, there are so many different gharanas in tabla, right? We have Delhi gharana, Banaras gharana, Lucknow gharana, Farrukhabad gharana, Azrada gharana. So every gharana has its own importance. Banaras, it's a powerful, and it is mainly used with the Kathak dance and other stuff accompanying. Whereas Delhi, they have a different style of playing with the two fingers, mostly all the theta, tirakita, and like that. Ours is the Farrukhabad gharana from my Guruji's style.
And where is Farrukhabad? Pardon, apologies.
Well, it's on the North India itself.
North India. Okay.
So from Farrukhabad gharana, it is a mixture. Nowadays, that especially in tabla gharana is not maintained that much, because most of our students are learning all different gharanas as well. Earlier days, they used to stick to only one particular gharana and learn from that. If you learn other gharana, it is like a crime. But now that has diluted. People have started learning different gharana and trying to, whichever suits best for that particular the concert or particular presentation, they will use that style.
Okay, and you have learnt from any other gharanas?
So we learn Delhi gharana as well as Farrukhabad gharana. We learn Ajrada gharana.
Okay.
So it is a mixture of all these gharana, because our Guruji, he has learned all those different styles.
So now we'll take all that mixture and we'll call it the Dharwad gharana, or we'll call it the Melbourne gharana. Melbourne gharana. Okay, fantastic. So thank you for educating us on that. I have to end with this question, right? Especially because you come from the IT world as well as the world of tabla. What do you see is the impact of this new age technology on something like tabla? Because sadly we live in a world where even music gets generated through a Gen AI these days. How do we keep music alive? How do we keep this traditional form of music alive? And secondly, I'll kind of ask in the reverse way also, how can that technology actually help you, if at all?
Technology, if you want to use technology for a recording purpose, or using that recording and then imposing some other things to the recording, we can do that if somebody is interested in that technologically. But how the original form will get help from the technology, I don't have any answer to that.
Right.
Unless if somebody wants to do some creative stuff, mixing or recording or generating something else, using the AI to create something else and then produce. But original form is always original.
Absolutely, and I totally agree. But sadly,
there
the
are
way
possibilities. We don't know what AI can take us to, right? No? At least I have not explored much with the AI in the music area.
correct.
With in my free time, I can try to do that. But
Original is original.
original is original. We can create something and have at that point in time some fun. That's all.
Yeah,
I'd say.
fair enough. Tabla.ai. Let's work on that. Tabla.
Yes, Tabla.
On that note, I want to say thank you. Thank you so very much, Pandurang Torvi ji, for spending time with us, walking us through this amazing journey of musically influenced journey that you have had. And may you continue to spread this music amongst all of us. And like we compared it to heartbeat, let that heartbeat always stay with all of us here in the Melbourne Gharana, in the world. And let the beat of tabla just spread everywhere.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you so very much.